Why do so many people believe in creation myths? This question has puzzled scholars, scientists, and the general public for decades. Creation myths are deeply embedded in the cultural and religious fabric of societies around the world. They offer explanations for the origins of the universe, the earth, and humanity itself. These stories are often passed down through generations, becoming a part of the collective consciousness. But what makes them so compelling? Is it the simplicity of the narrative, the comfort of having an explanation, or the authority of religious texts? Today, we will delve into these questions and more. Let's break down the facts and myths behind these beliefs. We will explore the origins of these stories, their cultural significance, and how they have been interpreted over time. We will also examine the scientific evidence that challenges these myths and offers alternative explanations. By the end of this video, you will have a deeper understanding of why these myths persist and how they shape our worldview. From Adam and Eve to the seven-day creation, creation myths are some of the most captivating stories ever told. These narratives are not just confined to the Bible. Similar stories exist in various cultures around the world. For instance, the ancient Greeks had their own creation myths involving gods like Zeus and Prometheus. The Norse mythology speaks of the world being created from the body of a giant named Ymir. These stories, while different in details, share common themes of divine intervention and the struggle between good and evil. They serve as a way to explain the unknown and provide a moral framework for society. But how do they stack up against scientific explanations? Modern science offers a very different account of the origins of the universe and life on Earth. The Big Bang Theory, for example, explains the beginning of the universe as a massive explosion that occurred around 13.8 billion years ago. The theory of evolution proposed by Charles Darwin provides a comprehensive explanation for the diversity of life on Earth. Fossil records, genetic evidence, and observations of natural selection all support this theory. These scientific explanations are based on evidence and can be tested and verified, unlike creation myths which rely on faith and tradition. Miracles are another fascinating aspect of religious belief. They are often seen as divine interventions that defy the laws of nature. Stories of miracles can be found in almost every religion. In Christianity, for example, there are accounts of Jesus turning water into wine, walking on water, and raising the dead. In Islam, there are stories of the Prophet Muhammad performing miracles such as splitting the moon. These stories are meant to inspire faith and demonstrate the power of the divine. But are they real or just really good stories? They've been reported throughout history, but are they real or just really good stories? Many miracles have been investigated by scientists and skeptics, and often natural explanations are found. For instance, the story of Jesus walking on water could be explained by a rare natural phenomenon known as ice flows, where thin sheets of ice form on the surface of the water. Similarly, the miracle of turning water into wine could be a metaphorical story rather than a literal event. By examining these stories critically, we can separate fact from fiction and understand the cultural and psychological factors that contribute to the belief in miracles. We'll investigate famous miracles and the scientific explanations that debunk them. For example, the miracle of the sun, which occurred in Fatima, Portugal in 1917, was witnessed by thousands of people. Many described seeing the sun dance in the sky and emit multicolored light. However, scientists have suggested that this could have been a mass hallucination or a natural optical phenomenon known as a sundog. Another famous miracle is the Shroud of Turin, believed to be the burial cloth of Jesus. While some claim it bears the image of Jesus, carbon dating has shown that the cloth dates back to the Middle Ages, long after Jesus lived. Miracles often require a suspension of disbelief and a willingness to accept the extraordinary. However, by applying logic and scientific reasoning, we can often find natural explanations for these events. This doesn't diminish their cultural or spiritual significance, but it does help us understand the world in a more rational and evidence-based way. Then we have prophecies and predictions. Prophecies are another intriguing aspect of religious belief. Many religions claim to have prophets who can predict the future. These predictions are often vague and open to interpretation, which allows them to be seen as accurate even when they are not. For example, the prophecies of Nostradamus are often cited as evidence of his ability to foresee future events. However, a closer examination reveals that his predictions are so ambiguous that they can be interpreted in many different ways. Many religions claim to predict the future. These predictions can range from the end of the world to the coming of a Messiah. They are often used to inspire fear or hope and to reinforce the authority of religious leaders. But how accurate are they really? When we look at the track record of these predictions, we find that they are often wrong. For example, many religious leaders have predicted the end of the world on specific dates, only for those dates to come and go without incident. This raises questions about the reliability of these prophecies and the motivations behind them. Nostradamus is often cited as one of the most famous prophets in history. His quatrains are said to predict events such as the rise of Hitler, the assassination of JFK, and the 9/11 attacks. However, a closer examination reveals that his predictions are often vague and open to interpretation. For example, one of his quatrains reads, "From the depths of the west of Europe, a young child will be born of poor people. He who by his tongue will seduce a great troop. His fame will increase towards the realm of the east." This could be interpreted in many different ways and does not provide specific details that can be verified. Religious artifacts are another fascinating aspect of religious belief. These items are often believed to have special powers or to be connected to divine beings. For example, the Holy Grail is said to be the cup used by Jesus at the Last Supper and is believed to have miraculous powers. The Ark of the Covenant is another famous artifact said to contain the tablets of the Ten Commandments. These items are often shrouded in mystery and legend, making them intriguing subjects for investigation. Many religious artifacts have been the subject of intense investigation and speculation. For example, the Shroud of Turin has been studied extensively to determine its authenticity. While some believe it to be the burial cloth of Jesus, scientific tests have shown that it dates back to the Middle Ages. Similarly, the Holy Grail has been the subject of countless quests and theories, but no definitive evidence of its existence has been found. These investigations often reveal more about the cultural and historical context of these artifacts than about their supposed divine origins. By examining these items critically, we can separate fact from fiction and understand their true significance. For example, the Ark of the Covenant is said to have been lost or hidden, and many theories exist about its current location. Some believe it to be in Ethiopia, while others think it may be hidden in a secret chamber beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. While these theories are intriguing, there is no concrete evidence to support them. By investigating these artifacts, we can learn more about the cultures and beliefs that created them. The search for religious artifacts often resembles an adventure movie, with quests, mysteries, and hidden treasures. However, the reality is often less glamorous and more about careful investigation and analysis. Archaeologists and historians use a variety of methods to study these artifacts, including carbon dating, chemical analysis, and historical research. These methods help to provide a more accurate picture of the past and to separate myth from reality. Science often provides explanations for what were once considered miracles. For example, the phenomenon of stigmata, where individuals exhibit wounds similar to those of Jesus, can often be explained by psychological factors such as self-inflicted injuries or psychosomatic conditions. Similarly, the appearance of religious images on objects, such as the Virgin Mary on a piece of toast, can often be explained by pareidolia, a psychological phenomenon where people see patterns in random stimuli. By applying scientific methods, we can understand these phenomena in a more rational and evidence-based way. Many ancient myths can be explained by natural phenomena or historical events. For example, the story of the Great Flood, which appears in many cultures, could be based on real events such as the flooding of the Black Sea around 7,600 years ago. Similarly, the story of the Tower of Babel could be based on the construction of large ziggurats in ancient Mesopotamia. By examining these stories in their historical and cultural context, we can gain a better understanding of their origins and significance. Evidence is the key to understanding the world in a rational and scientific way. By examining the evidence, we can separate fact from fiction and gain a deeper understanding of the world around us. This doesn't mean that religious beliefs are without value. They can provide comfort, meaning, and a sense of community. However, By applying critical thinking and scientific methods, we can gain a more accurate and evidence-based understanding of the world. Finally, religious myths have shaped cultures and societies for centuries. These stories have influenced art, literature, and even laws. For example, the story of Adam and Eve has been used to justify gender roles and the concept of original sin. The story of the Exodus has inspired movements for freedom and justice. These myths are not just stories, they are powerful narratives that shape our understanding of the world and our place in it. Even in a modern scientific world, these myths continue to have a powerful influence. They shape our values, our beliefs, and our actions. For example, the concept of karma, which originates from Hinduism and Buddhism, has become a popular idea in Western culture. Similarly, the story of the apocalypse has influenced literature, movies, and even political rhetoric. By understanding these myths, we can better understand ourselves and the world around us. These stories have a lasting impact because they resonate with fundamental human experiences and emotions. They address questions about the meaning of life, the nature of good and evil, and the existence of an afterlife. These are questions that science can explore but not fully answer. As a result, these myths continue to be a source of comfort and inspiration for many people. Understanding the truth behind religious myths helps us see the world more clearly. By applying critical thinking and scientific methods, we can separate fact from fiction and gain a deeper understanding of the world. This doesn't mean that we have to abandon our beliefs, but it does mean that we should be open to questioning and exploring them. By doing so, we can gain a more nuanced and evidence-based understanding of the world. Stay curious and keep questioning. Curiosity and skepticism are essential tools for understanding the world. By asking questions and seeking evidence, we can gain a deeper and more accurate understanding of the world. This doesn't mean that we have to reject all religious beliefs, but it does mean that we should be open to questioning and exploring them. By doing so, we can gain a more nuanced and evidence-based understanding of the world. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content on the Atheist Guy channel. We hope you enjoyed this video and that it has inspired you to think critically about religious myths and beliefs. Stay tuned for more videos that explore the intersection of science, religion, and culture. Thank you for watching.